Sometimes actors get lumped with a bloody role. No matter how great the paycheck is, it soon becomes clear that it isn't worth dying on the inside a little bit every time you have to go through with a terrible character. Like that weird phase of everybody eating laundry detergent, sometimes roles are a bit like a Tide Pod. Delicious looking, but oh boy will they mess up your insides. With that in mind, I'm Ash from What Culture, and these are 7 actors who hated their own TV characters. 7. Stephen Elaine, Stannis Baratheon in Game of Thrones. Though Stephen Elaine did a rock-solid job playing Stannis Baratheon on Game of Thrones, the actor held nothing back about his failure to connect with him during his tenure on the show. Which, isn't an entirely bad thing considering he's a child-burning murderer who pumps a demon lady for fun. Elaine cited the show's labyrinthine plot as the main reason why he couldn't ever nail down Stannis' admittedly out there motivations, feeling that he wasn't able to truly understand the enormity of it all until shooting had wrapped. He deemed it too tough for his tastes. Alright Stephen, it's not a steak. And flat out admitted he took the role for money. 6. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy Summers in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Though Buffy the Vampire Slayer ended up running for 7 seasons from 1997 to 2003, according to star Alison Hannigan, lead Sarah Michelle Gellar was annoyed to be on the show less than midway through its run. Hannigan claims that Gellar was becoming fed up of playing Buffy by season 3 because she had a big career going and appearing on the show was a lot of work. Gellar herself has been critical of the show's controversial, bleak 6th season, which she felt undermined a lot of what Buffy originally represented. Fans ended up calling it season sex and season sucks, and not for the vampire connotation, so you can kind of get what she's going on about, really. 5. Johnny Depp, Tom Hansen in 21 Jump Street. Though Johnny Depp will basically pimp himself out to any blockbuster franchise that'll have him these days, back in the beginnings of his career he had an intense discomfort with the idea of becoming a big-time star, which conflicted with him becoming an overnight teen heartthrob after 1987's 21 Jump Street debuted. Depp quickly came to resent the role, and though he couldn't leave the show without violating his contractual obligations and foregoing a tidy sum of $45,000 per episode, he did attempt to get himself fired through diva-like antics and trashing his trailer. It didn't actually do any good until he was allowed to leave after season 4, but the actor at least had the good humour to make a brief cameo in the 2012 big-screen Jump Street reboot. 4. Angus T Jones, Jake Harper in 2.5 Men. Angus T Jones starred as the extra half, Jake Harper, for the first 10 seasons of 2.5 Men, though in season 9 his maturing character began to be given more suggestive, adult-orientated storylines involving sex and drugs. In 2012, Jones ended up making numerous statements about the direction of his character, calling it very awkward to perform these scenes, deeming the show filth, and labelling himself a paid hypocrite for continuing to make money off the show. Specifically speaking of Jake, he added, "He means nothing. He is a non-existent character," leading to him eventually being written out of the sitcom before making one final appearance in the show's series finale. 3. Chevy Chase, Pierce Hawthorne in Community. Ever-disgruntled old man Chevy Chase reportedly took issue with Community's tonal direction and what he perceived as show creator Dan Harmon's decision to make his character, Pierce Hawthorne, increasingly unlikable. He famously said, "It's just a mediocre sitcom. I want people to laugh and this isn't funny." Oh, how art imitates life. 2. Evangeline Lilly, Kate Austen in Lost. The role of Kate Austen in J.J. Abrams' iconic drama shot Evangeline Lilly into overnight fame, though in recent years she's opened up about how, despite the fame and fortune, the reality of playing Kate was less than ideal. She recently said, "In season 3 I'd had a bad experience on set with being basically cornered into doing a scene partially naked, and felt I had no choice in the matter. I was mortified and I was trembling, and when it finished I was crying my eyes out and I had to go on to do a very formidable, very strong scene immediately thereafter." Her comments saw the showrunners issue a public apology to Lilly for the incident. But with Lilly now busy kicking ass in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and in general day-to-day life, it certainly seems like she's graduated onto greener pastures. You go, Toriel. 1. Mandy Patinkin, Jason Gideon in Criminal Minds. Years before he endeared himself to a new generation of fans with his grizzled performance as Saul Berenson on Homeland, Mandy Patinkin had a reputation for being difficult to work with. This wasn't at all helped by his brief, confusing tenure in the first 2 seasons of hit police procedural Criminal Minds. Patinkin said of the show, "I never thought they were going to kill and rape all these women every night, every day, week after week, year after year. It was very destructive to my soul and my personality." Criticism of a character doesn't come much harsher than "it destroyed my soul," really, does it?